Welcome one and all to We're Back to Normal now with the Hard Rock Show here for our regular Thursday night live stream. Hopefully you're all keeping well. Tonight we have the whole crew again. So we have Jeff beside me on the screen here. We have Belle opposite corner and Dave underneath. We've been trying to work through some gremlins tonight. So this show is literally being held together by blue tack and sticky tape tonight. So we'll see how this goes as we go through things. Get in the comments, say hi, all the usual stuff. Tonight we've got a lot to go through as always. We have On My Command with their album Conquer. That is Dave with the Backyard Banger this week. We're going to go through and pick albums from August 85 as well. Belle has the game tonight. Jeff has the Global Groove, which is Cradle of Filth, Screaming of the Valkyries. And our battle tonight, King of the Riff, is going to be Powderfinger versus Toehider. That is Vulture Street versus I Have Little to No Memory of These Memories, which is going to be quite the odd little battle, which is going to be cool. Jolie's watching us in Discord. Good to see you, Jolie. What do we got here? Michael's here online. Same with the other Michael. Of course, you two are the first ones, as always. Well done. Craig, what is normal? I have no idea, Craig. Whatever we do is not normal anyway. And Michael's here as well. Hi, boys and girls. So there we go. See you all. Jump in the comments, say hi, all the usual stuff. Just like Jody is, because Jody's saying hello to everyone out there.
Hey, Jody.
Well, I'm going to get that as a T-shirt. That was a good idea the other week, so I'm going to make that a T-shirt one day. As always, with everything we're talking about tonight, there are references and links and all that kind of stuff in the description. So if you miss anything in the live chat as we go through, hit those up to check out things later on. And an odd question for the day here is it's interesting in that now that we've obviously had the show last week because of Aussie passing away, but who do you think you'll look to next to be that cultural or beacon in this day and age for rock and metal to go to next? Just get in the comments and give us a bit of a thought on that one if you have one at all. Just to see how we go there. Craig is here as well. Hi, ladies and gentlemen, and the bald-headed babies. Good to see you as well. Guru's here too. Greetings, rockers across the plain. Yeah. And Michael says it's okay. Watching you guys at work at the Welshpool Hotel. Enjoy, man. At least it makes the shift a little bit quicker for you. So that's something. Yep. All righty. Let's get started, as always, with the Hot Rocks segment of the show tonight, which we'll go through a bunch of new songs and give our thoughts on those ones. So the new songs that made it into the Tastemakers playlist. Now, just as a quick note here, all the playlists will be changed over tomorrow. So every Friday, we're going to update them now. So keep that in the back here because every Friday, they're going to get changed over and updated. But the new songs that were in there this week was Baby Metal with Bloodywood with Con, Burning Witches, High Priestess of the Night, Crown with Timing is Right. We had Fading Hour Eclipse, Jailer with Riverboat Queen, President with Fearless, Rage, Freedom, The Raven Age, Hangman, Stardust, RIP, or RIP, Suicide Instinct, Toke with Fighters, and Youngblood with Hello, Heaven, Hello. We have the votes already in for those ones, so that is what's going to be in the potentially voted for to go into Hot Rocks next week, but we'll find out tomorrow. Which brings us then to what actually is in Hot Rocks at the moment. So let's go through for the honorable mentions first. So ones that didn't quite make the cut were the Lazies with Hot Under the Collar and Snakebite Whiskey, Living to Die. They got some love, but not enough to get to the top 10. So number 10 was Space Goat, Concede, Defy. It was number 7 last time out. It's hanging in there, still at number 10, so it's getting in there. Number 9, Sweet Electric, which is a German band fronted by Massive's Brad Marr. That is number 9 with Feel Good Love Song. Number 8 is Nestor. This is our next band that will not die. It's
great
slid.
band.
It was number 4 last week. It's now 8th this week in its 8th week in the chart. So make of that what you will. It's hanging in there. Number 7 was the Big Ol' Nasty Letdown, Wrong Side of the Law. Number 6, Burning Witches are getting run at the moment. They were in number 6 with Inquisition. It was number 10 last week, so it actually had a spike to jump up to number 6, which is cool. Number 5 is Motor Jesus with Return to the Badlands, which brings us to number 4, which brings us also to the first new song and first song to talk about tonight, which is Karnivool with their new single, Drone. After a 4-year wait, the Perth band are back with a new single. Funny how it came in at number 4 for us as well. It's a trend tonight, 8 and 8, 4 and 4, and do whatever you want with that. I'm not sure what is next from the band, except they are on tour currently, and this song is billed as something of a thank you for those that have supported them over their 20-plus year career to date. We have had a lot of love with a special involving these guys a number of years ago as well. We've enjoyed this band and their catalogue for a bit. Michael G nominated this one. It got to number 4 this week. Dave got the assignment, so take it away.
No,
Well, Karnivool. No, I didn't.
Elle got it.
That was me.
Oh my God! Don't worry, I'm off to a flying start. Sorry, Belle got that one.
Oh no, he didn't.
I slightly panicked for a minute. They're like, "Oh fuck!"
And look
No,
on their
sorry, my bad.
faces was fucking
Ignore me.
priceless
I'm an
when
idiot.
you said it. You're like,
Possibly
What?
better
No.
for Karnivool if Dave did get it, but never
Oh,
mind.
well, we'll see. Okay, Belle.
It's the luck of the draw.
It is.
I literally started my notes with "sorry to whoever nominated this." So
And one of the Michaels.
Michael,
Be
I am
warned.
sorry,
it's coming.
but this is not my thing at all.
Mm.
I've heard of this band. I thought they might be Australian, and you confirmed that by saying that they're from Perth. So, but they are just too, from what I've heard, they're just too grungy alt rock for my taste. This song, anyway.
Okay.
I'm basing it on this song because I'm reviewing this
fair enough.
song.
Yep.
This is what I've heard. If they're not like this, then okay. But this is all I know. So
yeah, fair enough.
I just didn't like it. I can hear progressive elements, which I thought were cool. I quite enjoyed that aspect of the song. In fact, it's possibly the only aspect that I really enjoyed. Look, I can hear that there's undeniable talent in the musicianship and the performances. There's no doubt about that. The vocalist has talent and an easy voice to listen to. There's nothing that nibbled at me there. But as a style, as a whole piece of music, it just wasn't my thing. So I will give it 8 out of 10 though, because it's obviously a well-crafted and performed song.
Okay.
Just not my style.
No, all good. No worries at all. All right, well, quick horns, thumbs up, whatever you want to do, guys. Here, I liked this one. Horns up for me. I enjoy this one quite a bit.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I don't know. Bit of a grower. I did think it was a bit of a grower. So maybe, Belle, if you have more time with it or the band overall, maybe it'll change your mind. But as you said, you can only judge the one song that you're assigned. So
yeah,
there we go.
Yeah.
In the comments, let us know, folks. The reference was in there as we go. And Man Family said, "G'day, all. Good to see you as well." And Guru has asked, "Jeff, is that a Habs jersey in the back, number 19? Can't make out the name. Thought you was an Oiler." Here we go.
He's a cunt. He can see very well what that says.
Yes.
Habs fan, my ass. I know what that means. It just means it's a Montreal Canadiens jersey.
Yes.
No. That's an Aussie jersey.
It is, yeah. Anyway, here we go. Smart Assery aside. Let's get to the next song now, because I'm going to put the link in the comments as we go through things here, because number 3 was the Southern River Band with Don't Take It to Heart. Keeping things in WA, the Southern River Band are back with another new single. This is all happening while they are also on tour, and there's apparently another album on the way as well. About this song, the band have to say, metaphorically speaking, Don't Take It to Heart is sticking your finger in an electrical socket, knowing full well you're going to get shocked, getting shocked, going, why did that happen, and then doing it again. That's coming from the front man of the band. It's the new single off our new record that we've just finished doing with mega legend and all-round top bloke Nick Didier over in Byron. If you like it, well, heck, you might like the other songs as well. All that said, Michael C nominated this one. It got the number 3 this week. I do know my own homework at least, and I got the assignment this time around, so I'll try and not fuck up the rest of the night, but we'll see what happens.
Sure it's not Jeff's?
I'm sure it's not Jeff's. I know it's mine this time
Happy
around.
to take it.
I know which I think most people would take it. I honestly hope so anyway, because I fucking loved this one. What's not to like, genuinely. This is the sort of song that should be tearing up radio, not only here in Australia, but all over the world, as far as I'm concerned. The video is a lot of fun as well. And like the song, there's that fun vibe across all of them. But this whole band have this knack, and every song they do it oozes this rascally kind of charm that these lads have in spades. Apart from when they want to be serious, like Fuck You Pay Me a little while ago, then when they want to have some bite, they have it. But when they just want a bit of fun, there's plenty of that here. This is catchy. It sounds great. The hook is phenomenal in this one. And this ticks all the right boxes for that classic Aussie hard rock sound that you're looking for. That said, in this style of music, this band is a genuine breath of fresh air for me. It's a genre at risk of going a touch stale, I feel. So for me, this band are doing a great job of reinvigorating it, giving it new energy. They're making that classic style and sound feel fresh. I don't know how exactly. I don't know what makes them do it differently or what makes them stand out, but they just have this knack of really getting it front and center in your mind in the best way possible. As the saying goes, it's, it's a whole classic, not plastic kind of thing. That applies to this band. I think it's all heart, but all a sense of fun in there. These guys really are one of the finest we have going around at the moment. I think they're really climbing. Since we all sort of got into them, I think last year with the album, I've just been more and more in love with them. This has great riffs. I know the bass. I love how the bass and the drums get to drive this one a lot as well. The hard panning on the guitars is a great old school touch in this song. There's great groove. It's infectious as fuck. The lead guitar work ticks all the boxes as well as the harmonies. And then on top of that, you got great lyrics, great storytelling. This song is completely undeniable. Good luck not getting this one caught up in your head or getting caught up in it. And this also has, on top of all that, if that's not enough, a fantastic solo, and the lead up to it is fantastic. The composition and performance of this song is just A1. This is one of those tried and true examples for me of not reinventing the wheel, but just honing and refining it into something sort of new, fresh, and exciting. That's what these guys do so well. If you're not all over this band already, you need to be. You're missing out. These guys really have the potential to be one of our great exports up there with Airborne and other ones greater than that, to be honest. I love this. I'm glad we got a hold of this band courtesy of our audience. So this is a massive thank you to the audience out there for just continuing to put this band forward. These guys just write and perform fantastic songs. Get on it. 9 shots for me. I fucking loved it to bits. So hopefully everyone else did too. Let's do the rounds here. Horns, thumbs, whatever else. What are you going to do here? How much did everyone like this one? Everyone enjoyed it. There we go. That's a good win there. Let's see if anyone Nicole says, hello. I'm here, but I'm driving. I don't want to know that publicly.
Do not watch us while you're driving. You'll have an accident.
Yeah. I think the point, Morris, do not text while driving. Hopefully she was at a red light, surely. Right?
I'm hoping
right,
so. I'm not going to hypothesize.
Be safe, Nicole. Fuck's sakes.
Nicole Naylor, we'll use a pseudonym here to not incriminate anyone doing anything here. Vinny said, good to see all your faces again. Another month done and dusted. Goodness, yeah, we're nearly there. Nearly halfway through the year now. Haven't seen Jeff wear that top. It's a kimono or something. Vinny.
It's a hat. It's a coat.
I'm not sure.
I was cold, man, so I put my jacket on. It's a kimono, motherfucker.
Yeah. Brom was going high. What happened to tonight's Channel 44 show? It should be still on. We're not normally on until a bit later on at night on Channel 44 in Adelaide, so you might be a bit earlier, Bronwyn. But thanks for joining in. Hopefully you like this one. There should be a show. I haven't heard anything different about a show being on Channel 44 different time or anything tonight, so we should be there 10:30 local time in Adelaide tonight if you're watching over in Adelaide. What else have we got here? Jolie said something before too about the song itself. Southern River Band rocks my socks off. Vocal genius. Big tick to me, to Andrew. Aussie should be rocking this band. Yes, I completely wholeheartedly agree. So Jolie has love for this one too. Which leaves us then on that note, moving over to song number 2, which is Fading Hour, Leave It All Behind. Link in the comments as always, people. This came in number 2 this week. This is the 4th single this year, since February, I think, from the Melbourne band. Fading Hour, not only have they returned to the studio, they've also returned to the stage, as well as a few of our audience discovered recently or went to see the band recently anyway. For us, this is a band we've enjoyed not only in years gone by, but also in recent times, obviously, because people have been nominating these songs. And we're not alone because it got to number 2 this week, and that shows you how well it's going. These guys consistently poll well with our audience as well, so which is pretty cool. But anyway, I will get it right. This time around, Dave did get the song, so I won't fuck up, Dave. Take it away. I'm sure.
All right. Yeah, Fading Out, Leave It All Behind. This is cool. It's a very interesting song. There's a lot going on. There's like a wall of sound, but it's not a static slab of concrete. There are different things happening within that wall, and it's all breathing at the same time. And I swear I did not drop acid before I listened to this song. That's just kind of the thing that came out when I started writing. And I'm like, what the fuck am I talking about? But simply a case of it would be easy to overlook if you're not paying attention, but there's a lot of little things that are going on within the space of the sound. Nice contrast between the clean singing and the heavy. There's something refreshing in the way this is done, because there's a lot of bands doing the whole light and shade, heavy, dark, back and forth thing, but this just sounds really fresh and like needed. The shifts come at the right moment to build the drama of the song, so I thought that was done really well. Lyrics are really good. They were probably the stand-up thing of this song. They just a lot, just under 4 minutes. It's one of those songs that draw you in further and further with each repeat listen, and not just the words, but the vocal melody was really interesting as well. I like the harsh vocals in the background repeating key words within the lyrics. I thought that was a very nice touch, and the cool use of using harsh vocals against clean ones. It's like hammering the point home. The more I listened to it, the more I could actually hear a few vocal layers in there, which I like vocal layers. There's no guitar solo, but I didn't really miss that because there's plenty going on as it is. Overall, it's a cool song. I gave it 8 out of 10.
Nice. Cool. Let's getting some love from the audience, getting some love from Dave. Let's see what the rest of the panel have to say about this one. I fucking loved it. This is 2 thumbs up for me.
Yeah,
I fucking really enjoyed it.
Mhm.
Bell in the same boat. We're all enjoying it, which is cool. Yeah, no, I definitely got a kick out of that one. Okay, Bronwyn, sorry to catch up. Has some indie thing listed. Their program listing has been all over the place lately. I would trust us that I haven't heard any news yet, and Channel 44 communicate me pretty regularly, so I'm pretty sure we'll be on at the usual time. So hopefully you enjoy the show later on there. Craig,
Christmas time when we were supposed to go like Christmas Eve or something, and one said like midnight mass, and the other one said the hard rock show. So there'd be 2 different audiences tuning in, and someone was going to be disappointed.
I remember that. That was awesome. I want to have that happen again. That'd be funny as that was fun as. Yeah, the only one I've heard of is that there is a half-hour switch on one of our Saturday night episodes coming up. But that's the only difference to anything at all. So and I think that might have already, it's either just passed or just coming up. But yeah, that's the only switch that's been made at all. Channel 44 have been solid. Craig says 110 in. It sounds like a DT riff, Dream Theater riff, 7 out of 10. Okay, nice. There you go, Craig. Getting into the detail there, which is cool, which we always like to do. Alrighty, last one. This time around, it's Jeff's bit of homework to get to, so let's get to it. This is Invasion with Loaded Gun. This one took the top spot this week for us. It's the latest in the Norwegian band Invasion. This comes after a departure of one of their guitarists, which has led the band to now become a 4-piece. And about this song, the band had to say that this song delivers raw emotion, big hooks, and an anthem for everyone who's ever lived on the edge. Capturing the chaos of modern life with cinematic visuals and razor-sharp riffs, Loaded Gun is a reminder that we're all one trigger pull away from breaking point. This one's for everyone who refuses to be held back, pure energy and an explosive attitude. We haven't spent a heap of time on this band, but after this was put forward by Elliot, this one rocketed number 1 this week pretty comfortably. So with all that said and done, there's one left to go. Jeff, take it away.
Yeah, so this band, well, when I first heard it, I was listening to it, and it reminded me of like that sound that comes from those countries, Eclipse, Heat, Electric Flight Orchestra, whatever they're called, that sort of Night Flight Orchestra, and that sort of vibe. And so I was listening to that, and I got that vibe from these guys, and then I thought, okay, it's good, but why fucking bother? If you're just gonna make a band that sounds just like other guys, why bother? I that's what I literally felt. It sounded great. I liked it. I had all the catches and the hooks and everything like that. It was great. But it was so derivative of something I've heard a million times before from those other guys, in my opinion, that do it better. I'm not going to say it's bad. I mean, if I could sound like that, I'd be fucking happy. But I just thought there's other bands out there that are probably doing it a little bit better. So for that, and for that reason alone, I'm going to only give it 6 shots because I think it's just, I think it's sort of, we've heard this a million times, and they're not really adding anything new to the pot to make themselves. So that's just my opinion. But
okay, no, all good. Let's see. What everyone else thinks. It's thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever, horns up. What are we doing here? I like this one. Not my favorite of the bunch, but it was a good song. For me, it was kind of like Trucker Diablo meets Scorpions, which made it fun for me. Obviously, like Jeff's saying, they're not reinventing the wheel, but it was kind of an interesting.
That's fine.
Yeah. But it was, I enjoyed it for that reason. I thought it was cool enough. But anyway, get it there and let us know what you're doing there. Vinny says, I usually watch late night movies on SBS until THRS starts on Channel 44. There you go. Are we going to do an Aussie special? Yes, there will be one coming up. There will be So for those watching on TV, we pre-record a bunch of stuff, and we've prefaced that at the end of August, we're going to do a special dedicated to animals. We're not going to do that. We're going to swap it all out for an Ozzy Osbourne special coming up on TV in a few weeks' time. Vinny says no judgment, though. We're not going to judge you. Jolie says Invasion is cool. Vinny says loved Invasion. Gives me the same Nesta vibe. There we go. And Craig says another dimension, a dozen euro song, meh. So 3 shots for Craig. So there we go. The same sort of feedback kicks around there. But anyway, keep an eye on our Hot Rocks and Tastemaker playlists as they rotate through tomorrow. For those in Patreon that are involved in this is your last call to get your votes in, because I'm going to rotate those playlists as we get offline tonight. Alrighty. Time to get to the news part of the show. It's the hard rock happenings, and there's a few things here. First of all, is Paul Mario Day has passed away. Tributes are flowing in for him. The original singer of Iron Maiden. He passed away peacefully at his home in Newcastle, New South Wales, after a battle with cancer. He was 69 years old. Though his time in Maiden was exceptionally brief, his career and influence ran pretty deep. He went on to front more Wildfire and a Reformed Suite later in his career, leaving his mark across different genres and different eras of rock and metal over the years too. He's being remembered as a great vocalist so far, so our condolences to all of those that knew and loved him. Unfortunately, it's the cycle of life this week at the moment, but yeah, our condolences and rest in peace to Paul there as well. As always, we start with bad news because bad news refuses to wait and good news always cheers us up after the fact. On that note, Animals as leaders have cancelled their Australian tour due to an injury. They've announced the cancellation of the upcoming Australia, Mexico, and South America tour dates. This comes after the drummer sustained a serious arm injury requiring surgery that decided to pull the pin early as opposed to trying to string everyone along and hoping for the best. So they're going to spend the time instead focusing on their new album, of which a lot of material is ready to go. So keep your eyes out for that. Unfortunately, no tour coming here later on in this year or earlier next year as it was now. But the rest of the news is good news. So Ablaze, Melbourne band Ablaze, a band that we know and love a lot, are dropping their brand new album tomorrow. Sink Your Teeth In is coming out tomorrow, so go and check it out, people. This is all going along with their tour coming up in Europe as well. So they're doing an album launch show August the 9th at Ledbetter Hotel in Melbourne. Then they're heading off on a massive EU and UK tour across Belgium, France, Germany, UK as well, obviously through late August and September, including festival slots on Rocking the Bowl and Hard Rock Hellfest. So there we go. All the stuff, hit up Ablaze on their links, search them on your platform or just Google the band and you'll find ways to get the album, the tour tickets, live show tickets, all you want to do as well. More tour announcements. Soulfly, Nail Bomb and Snot have announced a tour for January 2026 in Australia. So if you haven't seen these bands, it's going to be interesting. So they're here Monday, January 26th at the Brisbane at the Tivoli, Tuesday, January 27th at Sydney at the Enmore, and Friday, January 30th in Melbourne at the Forum. That'd be a cool fucking venue for that. That'd be a really cool vibe, actually. Anyway, but those three bands, Soulfly, Nail Bomb and Snot, are all coming out here, so get around it and check that out. Snot, yeah.
I know.
It's terrible name.
Yes, it is terrible name.
They have a pretty strong following, actually.
They've been around for a while, yes.
They've been around for a while, and yeah, ever since Lynn Strait passed away, it's been a bit
You know how
of
Striper threw out Bibles in their shows? It's not should throw out tissues.
Yeah.
It's not. Have a tissue.
Yeah, Dave, that could be taken in a different context, but anyway, we'll move along.
You really like us, don't you?
Yeah, really like him. Anyway.
The circle pit becomes a circle jerk.
Oh, boy. Let's...
Frank, go see your heart out. Limp Bizkit.
Did it all for the nookie. Anyway. In other positive news, 12-Foot Ninja are going to make a return in one way, shape, or another.
Yeah.
Skrillex is the main man in the band. So even though the original members are no longer associated, they've opted out of this reformed version of the band. Steve Sevick McKay has opted to continue what he does best, and that is write music for 12-Foot Ninja. It's a continuation of what he loves because he, in fact, started the band. There is new music on the way, so there's an EP in the works as well. Yep. And there's a new vocalist already recruited, so we're not sure yet how soon and how long. They're also working on getting the full catalogue of their music online as well for those that are missing things like Vengeance and that as well. So stay tuned for more news on the 12-Foot Ninja front, hopefully in the near future, sooner rather than later. Into an interesting one here, the Gasometer Hotel. We covered that venue closing several weeks ago now on the show. It's going to apparently continue as a live music venue under a new owner. It's officially, quote unquote, if you look online, been saved by Scott Pickett, who is a chef and owns the place as well. Now, this whole thing comes with a bit of an interesting perspective because Pickett looks like he's going to continue on making it a live music venue, but the people who used to run the Gasso wrote a different response in their Instagram post as well. So for the people that used to run it, they're saying they're no longer a part of this in any way, shape, or form. And I think the statement I'm about to read out will make it very clear. So from them, They say it's probably a bit easier to establish a business when you start by stiffing the previous owners out of around $250,000. Landlords being greedy landlords, they decided to refuse a perfectly reasonable offer for another party to take over the business with the name and other business assets, which leads us to losing the sale price, paying for liquidation, and having to make our staff redundant. This is no longer the Gasso. This is a cheap, shady imitation who have decided to shit on its legacy instead of support it. Stolen, not saved. Fuck this place off and go somewhere that actually supports local music. So, make of it all what you will. Watch this space. The Gasso is either back or it's not, depending on who you believe. But yeah, we will see how that plays out in due course. Final one here, which should make a lot of people happy. The Darkness have announced their return to Australia and New Zealand for February and March 2026 tour. We all know this band. We all know and love this band. These guys are hitting 12 major cities, including Auckland, Wellington, Brisbane, Gold Coast, Newcastle, Wollongong, Sydney, Adelaide, Hobart. There you go, Belle. Fremantle, Frankston as well. So there we go. And they're going to wrap up in Melbourne at March 7 at the Forum. So there's another.
And Frankston.
Yes, Frankston, Dave. So you may not have to go far to watch them.
What?
So,
Are you serious?
well,
Yeah,
that's
they're
what it's
playing
got,
Frankston, man. The
I
pier.
believe so.
Holy fuck!
Yeah.
All right, I'll be on that. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
so that they're doing a lot. So well done. I'm glad they're hitting some smaller places. So Belle's going to have it because Hobart's on the way as well. So there's some
I'm
cool,
so going to that.
Yeah,
That's going to be a fun gig. I've never seen them.
Oh.
No, I might have to get down to the Gold Coast for that. That could be interesting. But anyway, you can expect obviously a great set list. Every time I've heard, I haven't seen this band live, but every person I have or has told me they've seen it, have always blown away by the show. Tickets are on sale now, so get around it and sell it out so they don't change their plans later on.
Frank, that's crazy.
Yeah, there you go.
The more bands should do tours like that. Just play smaller venues and then big ones. If you fucking fly over here, you spent your money to get here, play more shows.
Yeah.
Yep. No, I agree. It's better than trying to sell out the bigger venues that are also take a massissive cut of your merch sales as well these days.
Yeah.
So get away from the stranglehold of the big ones and get around and play to more people. I think it's a great idea. Going to quickly recap a couple of weeks here of new music. Over the last couple of weeks, these are the notable releases. We've got Alice Cooper with The Revenge of Alice Cooper is out now, or out last week. Bruce Dickinson with More Balls to Picasso, a reimagining of his classic album. Enough's Enough released Extra Cherries. Yeah, this is good context with the snot conversation before. And Gwar released another album called The Return of Gorgor as well. There's other releases across the couple of weeks with Bloodletter, Cold Slither, Deicide, Set, Feuerschwanz, Goblin Smoker, Heavy Katana. Oh my God, I'm not going to try that one. Honeymoon Suite, Contusion, Psycho Frame, Sweet, and The Violent Hour, as well as Accused, Blessings, Call of Chiron, Car Bomb, Dozer, Fit for a King, Fox Lake, Kaya Dot, Gnosis, Lomi, Moths, Oni, Terradome, and Vlad in Tears. So if any of those bands ring a bell for you, check out their online details because there's new music from them in some way, shape, or form. Some of them are releases and stuff like that, but there's new stuff to go and check out. Alrighty, let's see some comments here. What do we got here? Craig says dime a dozen for the previous song as well. But Michael C. loved Invasion. Vinny says Jimmy Barnes, Working Class Man Anniversary Tour with Icehouse in support gets my attention. Okay, I haven't come across that one yet, but that'd be cool as well. Vinny says Striper like to spray their Genesis all over the front row. Okay. Nicole says, okay, I'm home. P.S. I pulled over when I realized it was Thursday night missing your show. Well, I'm glad that you pulled over. Well done, Nicole. Thank you for clarifying that for the record. Just,
Holy shit, we stopped traffic. How
we
cool
did
is
stop
that?
traffic. There you go.
Wow. There we go.
Vinny's going to love the pier, which is cool. Michael says the Darkness is great live. There we go. Craig says, I'll see if I can get your name on the door at Pier Dave. Well, there we go. Good luck with that.
Hey, I'm going too.
Yeah, at the door. See if we. Good luck. And Rob's here saying, hey, from the UK, guys. Good to see you. Thanks for jumping in.
Hey.
Bye.
Yeah, no, awesome. Thanks for being a new face and jumping in. Hopefully you're enjoying the show. I've got a bit to get through as always. So you've timed it well because we're going to jump in and go to the Backyard Banger now. I'm going to quickly check here. Oh, yeah, there's photos from Michael G in Discord from the Darkness last year as well. So the data's going to be pretty often, which is cool.
Cool.
Oh,
Anyway,
wow.
Awesome, buddy. Thanks.
so check that out in our Discord. It's in a link in the description box as well. Michael says, "Hey, Snotty Jolly pointed out that no one asked if you're all better." Well, everyone I think is okay this week, apart from our technical difficulties at the start of the night. I think everyone's doing much, much better, and yeah, we're much better than we were on the weekend when Belle was sneezing her head off.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Much better. Thank you, though.
I'm going to make a stripper cut of your sneezes there.
Oh my god! Yeah,
favorite
it's going
band
to be
is
a long montage. I was
Yeah,
on.
that was fun.
It was on.
Nicole's got not much traffic in Ipswich at night. Well, yeah, that's true. Not much traffic at this way either. Hard music, guys. Good to see you as well. G'day, all more bands need to come play Geelong. There we go. That's another place that needs to get more love as well. And Craig says, I'll see if I can get a handful. All right, keep us posted, Craig.
Yeah.
It's only two they need to worry about. Anyone else, I'm sure we'll see if we can work something out. All righty. Next part of the show is the Backyard Banger. This is On My Command with their new album, Conquer. There's a reference track in the comments and the description box, which is called By This Sign. This is 9 tracks for 36 minutes, the third studio album from the Brisbane-based project made up of Sean McKay on guitars and vocals and New Yorker James Gnurl on drums. Released April 2025 independently, mixed and mastered by Andy Kite at Against the Grain Studios. A host of tracks have also been released as singles, most notably the reference track By This Sign, which also has a lyric video. This isn't a band we've spent any time on that I can recall on over the years, so it's a perfect choice to be this week's Backyard Banger because we try to find ones that have low follower counts and just sort of give them a bit of a pump up here. So this week, it's Dave's turn. He got the assignment, so take it away.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Good. I'm prepared. I'm sure too.
I got it right this time.
You did. You can run the show.
I know, right? I can start my P plates off again.
Fantastic. Okay. Yeah. I've never heard this band, which is pretty much why we do this segment, to find new music from local bands. On My Command with Conquer. Their Spotify bio says traditional heavy metal with a dose of thrash and power metal. Good description, because it does cover all those 3 genres. And well done for having some information on Spotify. Fucking thumbs up for that. You're light years away of a lot of bands.
Yeah.
This is pretty cool. On first listen, it ticks all the boxes of things I like. Cool guitar riffs, melodic solos, slip changes between each section, awesome guitar tone. Lyrics are based in the fantasy style, which can be hit and miss for me. Most of this was pretty cool. Doesn't get too far into the whole fucking battling fairies with your fucking sword and all that shit. But this was kind of cool. Like a lot of bands, once you get familiar with their sound and get ingrained with their world and what they're doing, you get more and more out of it. And with each repeat listening was more and more rewarding. It's got some interesting moments which make this a really diverse listen. Gateways has a nice piano outro, which broke things up really well, and I thought that sounded cool. By This Sign has a really cool drum and bass intro, and when that guitar solo kicks in, that's a really cool intro. Not many bands do the intro solo anymore, which was old school Metallica, like Jumping the Fire and all that shit. Anyway, You Are Broken has a sample from Star Wars, which as soon as you hear that, just like, yeah, happy place. That was cool. And the album ends with blistering The Final Battle, which in particular covers the thrash element of this band. So it's just 2 people doing this pretty much. So guitar and singing from one guy, drums from the other. I guess, yeah. From these little independent funds, usually have some really just straightforward, cool, heavy metal. But I gave this 8 out of 10 By The Sign and Hail the Mirrors. There was a cool harmonized lead towards the end of that song, which is always cool.
Nicely done. Cool. Well, there we go. We'll do a quick by the rounds here. Jeff, let's throw to you next. How'd you go with this one?
Yeah, well, when I first listened to it, I thought, oh my God, this is cheese. But then you sort of get into it and you start to realize that there's more to this cheese than just the smell. This is actually really nice. This has got a nice flavored cheese. I quite like it.
Wow.
I'm sorry, doing
We're covering all the bodily functions in one episode tonight. Anyway.
Yep. So this, as Dave said, like it's dealing with Dungeons and Dragons and stuff, but that's right up my, I love that sort of shit. So and so the topics that they were talking about, the fantasy stuff, I like that a lot. And I thought there's not a lot of bands that are doing that today. So, yes, back in the 80s, there was fucking dime a dozen. They were all doing it. But now it's not so much. So I must commend them because it's almost come back around to where it's like original again. And that's kind of cool. So, yeah, I like them. I thought they were well done. They did a pretty good job. Everybody could play it. They're really good musicians. There's no question there. Really good musicians. As they mentioned, the dueling guitar, the harmonizing stuff. So that was cool. Yeah, I liked it. So I'm going to give it 8 shots as well.
Nice. Cool. Continuing on. Belle, how about you?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
All right. Well, firstly, I've come to the sad conclusion that my participation in this show requires my listening to go to power metal from time to time. But the funny thing about this album was, so yes, it annoyed me, but it wasn't the music that annoyed me. I quite like the music. It was the vocals, actually.
Okay.
It was like he was giving a speech with musical accompaniment, and it just annoyed me. I would rather have had like a Kiski style vocal over this music, because the music was fucking great. I really liked the music. I just didn't like the vocal, but I'll still give it 7 shots though.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool. That's all right. And still better than I thought it was going to go when you go, uh-oh, at the beginning. I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens there.
I'm picking, but it's a personal taste thing. That's
yeah, but that's the point.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's why we're going to get different things every week, and it's just going to be what you know. It's a
it's the beauty.
It's a lotto. So, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. Pretty much, it's what it says on the tin. It's homegrown traditional metal. So for me, what's not to like? They're not reinventing the wheel. Don't get that wrong at all. But it's sharp. It's well executed, and it hits the right spots for this style of music. It opens nicely with, I think Dave might have mentioned as well, the Thunder King. I thought the opening was really cool on the album here, which sets the tone perfectly for what's to come. There's big riffs, big rhythms, great energy, and of course the lead solos, which are a real standout for me across the whole record. I really enjoyed that part of it. There's some great drumming in here as well, which Jeff mentioned that they can fucking play, and that's obviously on display. And while it's not the most melodic release, as Belle has referenced, I think there's enough to sort of keep it engaging for me. There are definitely some hooks in this one. It's a nice little mix of sort of things like the different genres that Dave rattled off, that gallop and the groove with the power metal influence coming into it, which is pretty cool. There's some great drive in this one. I thought I thought the lyrics were well done. I enjoyed the lyrical side of this one too. But there's also across the album enough moments where they sort of shift the gears just enough to keep things interesting. Tracks like Gateways bring in a bit more of that sort of thrash influence to me, and even throw in some subtle harmonies, which worked nicely on this one too. I thought the mix was interesting. That was the part where it sort of got me a bit confused. It wasn't bad by any means. I thought it was quite solid, but I did notice a few things listening to it. The vocal placement shifting between tracks, for example, it gave me a feeling that this might have been recorded at different places and different times over the duration, which makes sense when you think about the project. I could be wrong, but there's a little bit of an inconsistency about it that even if minor, it does sort of pull you out a little bit at times of the listen for me. But that said, I think the tones overall are great. There's a raw edge to this that gives it that old school thrash feel, which I liked a lot. Bit of charm to it. It's not loaded with tricks or overproduction, which suits the vibe they're going for. And in this world of a lot of stuff being overproduced, I think that's kind of refreshing. If I had to really critique anything, it's just the few moments feel a little bit too generic, not enough to derail the album at all, but just enough sort of stop it from pulling you all the way into the listen. It's so close. It's almost there for me, but just not quite there. Just a few tweaks in this, and it would have been like able to find a bit more of their own individual identity. But that said, this is really solid from beginning to end. It's just a few little things here and there. I don't want to downplay how good this album is for me. I thought there's a lot to like. I'm fussy, as I'm not the only ones being fussy, but I am fussy with this stuff. So others might not even notice the things that I'm talking about. For me, there's a 36-minute album here, but it feels like you're getting a way more than that, but in a good way. It doesn't drag. It does not feel like a 36-minute album, because you are, even with what I'm saying, it feels like you're getting so much more bang for buck than that. There's a lot packed in. I was surprised when I looked at the runtime of this one. So while they're not breaking new ground, they're doing it very, very well. It's solid. A few tweaks and it'll be right up there toward the end of the year for me, but this is a really good listen. I'm glad we got around to listen to it, and first time for me. So 8 shots. I picked the Thunder King, Burning Desire, and The Final Battle as my standouts on this one. Cool. Here we go. BP's here as well. Good to see Hollywood Hogan. Yeah, another one that's gone. What do we got here? Down Under 811 hijacked hubby's iPad. This is Nicole. Oh, wow. This is going well. What do we got here? Craig says, The Sign, don't hide their influences at all. The drum and bass intro was cool, but I'm not keen on the vocal, though, Jeff. You're supposed to go straight to eating the cheese, 5 shots. Then we got Hard Music guys saying, Conquer is great. The awesome cover art was done by Andreas Marshall, who has done album art for Blind Guardian, King Diamond Creator, among others. That's cool. Nice little footnote there for that one, Hard Music. Thank you a lot for adding into that. Alrighty. Next part of the show is our fretboard feud part of tonight. And you've got to get involved in our online posts we do for these ones because we didn't get many votes this week. Some weeks are good, some weeks not so good. But yeah, please get involved in this stuff because we like to get your input on these. So subscribe or follow us on YouTube to get involved in the polls we do. 2 polls a week. One is the album battle. One is the battle that goes along with this sort of stuff here. So as we go through, we're picking albums from each individual month of the year that was 85. Last week we picked July. As things stood at that point in time, Bell was out in front on 245 points. I was following 215. Jeff was on the same points as me, and Dave was tailing on 165. Things are a lot closer this week. Jeff went first last week and chose AC/DC Fly on the Wall. Dave went next and picked Jeff Beck Flash. Bell took Tigers of Pantang, The Wreckage, and I took The Damned with Phantasmagoria. Safe to say, Bell and I didn't get a whole lot of points for our efforts, so we split 25 points apiece, which means the balance of it all went towards Dave and Jeff, which is why things get tighter. Jeff got 40 points for his choice with AC/DC, but Dave, you took top billing. You got 50 points for Jeff Beck, so well done on that.
I'll have to listen to the album one day.
Well, there it is.
There you go. So,
must be good.
There you go. Dave, you should listen to it, I guess, now, eh? Anyway, so this brings it up. So even though Dave is still tailing, he was 165, but you're up to 215 now, which brings you right in striking distance of us all with a few months to go. Jeff's on 255. I'm on 240, so I've dropped down. Jeff swapped with me, and Bell is still out in front, but not by as much anymore on 270. So it's tightening up this gap, so there's still plenty to play for. Speaking of, now time to choose albums from August 85. Now remember, folks, us here on the show, once in this game, get to choose something from a previous month, if nothing in the month that we have in front of us strikes us. I'm probably going to hold on to mine until December because that's a really fucking lean month. You've all seen the list ahead of time now, so you can make your choice accordingly. But I get to go first this week because I went last week. There are some interesting choices to make this time around. You could go, I don't know. It's hard to pick which one's the obvious choice too, in some respects, because there are a lot of very well-known bands, if not their most well-known albums, but there are some definitely well-known albums here as well. So I'm talking about there's Yngwie, there's Stryper, there's even a bit of Pantera in this one as well for those that are playing along. But I'm actually going to take my first choice off of this one. I don't know how many points it will get me this week because there's a bit of competition, but I'm going to take Dio Sacred Heart off the board.
I knew you would.
Yeah, well, I'd be surprised people thought I would take something else. So that was my my choice. I'm a big fan of Dio. Rock and Roll Children, I believe, is on that album from memory. And so it's one of those ones where, it's yes, I do love a bit of Dio in my discography. So yeah, that's my choice this week. I'm going to throw over to Jeff now. That one's gone. What are you taking next?
This was a no-brainer for me. To be honest, the Dio one was giving me a bit of a pause because, it's not Dio's best album, but it's still Dio. So fuck, But for me, actually, one of my all-time favorite bands released an album, my favorite album, and this is on this list. So have to take it, and that's Marching Out by Malmsteen. Yep.
I knew that'd go. All right. Which means, Dave, you get third pick. I don't know how many we're going through for you. What are you going for?
Cool. I'll probably get cancelled by saying this album title, but I'm going for SOD, Speak English or Die.
Actually,
I remember
underrated gem. A lot of
it's a good fucking
album,
album, Scott Ian, man. When Anthrax wasn't fast enough, he created another band.
Yeah. So, that's cool, man. I think that might go better than you think. I know a lot of people that love that one, so
it's a good.
It's going to be a tight one this week. But Belle, you get the final pick this week, first place next week. But what are you taking off the board now that everyone else has had their go?
Well, that's what I was waiting for because I hadn't actually turned my attention to this. Luckily, there's especially coming last. Luckily, there's
would
some good choices.
First.
It's not a bad month, So obviously, Dio would have been cool. I've never heard that Pantera album, so I don't know. I'm not going to pick it.
That's it's not the Pantera you think.
Yeah.
No,
No,
Pantera.
I'm aware. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
aware that they
Yeah.
sounded really different.
hair metal. Yeah.
Mhm.
That was good.
But
Mm.
I'm
Yeah.
going to go
Yeah,
with
it was-
an album that I do know and is one of my first metal albums that
So
I loved at the time. So yeah, Striper has to be Striper.
Yeah.
Oh,
Soldiers
Striper.
Under Command.
Ooh,
Yep.
Yeah.
Now you did pick it in the 85 special on TV, so I'm not surprised by that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there we go. We'll do a poll on this in the coming days. So get your powder ready for this one because I've got Dio Sacred Heart. Jeff has Ingvar Malmsteen marching up Bell. I can forward all this to you. Don't stress. Dave has SOD, Speak English or Die, and Bell has Striper, Soldiers Under Command. Those are the elements we'll be asking you all to vote on in the coming days. So keep your eyes peeled online there for that. I forget the joke now, but lol, Dave from Craig, which is cool. Rowan's gone, yeah, Malmsteen's marching after me. I think they're going to get a lot of love. Ballad of Jimi Hendrix,
Rowan?
dead. Okay. BP says it's Heaven and Hell, your fave Sabbath album, Andrew. Don't know, because for me, yeah, maybe, but I got a
Actually, no, it's not. Dehumanizer is my favorite Sabbath.
I was about to say
album.
Dehumanizer probably be my one if I had to pick one to go to. It's hard to go past for me. Dehumanizer.
I'd go for Mob Rules if you're gonna.
Yeah, Mob Rules.
Yeah,
favorite Sabbath.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Dave, got a favorite Sabbath album? Just Sabbath.
Fucking Master of the Reality.
Yeah, that's a very popular one as well. Yep. Hard Music says, Speak English or Die is the greatest crossover album ever. So there we go. I think you might get some love for it, Dave. And Craig says, Malmsteen's first two albums are stellar. The only ones of his I still listen to. I love Striper's Soldiers too. So it's going to be an interesting choice this week coming up online. So check out the post for that coming up in the coming days.
We've actually heard the albums we're picking. So that's something new.
That's something new.
Yeah.
And speaking of, that's a great segue, Belle, because you've got something new, something different to play tonight.
Right.
It's time for the game.
Yes, I do. And this is about an album that we've all heard. I assume, fucking hope, because otherwise someone needs to go and get a drink or go to the toilet or something.
All right, let's see. What's the game, Belle?
So now, can I firstly just say, now for something completely different. It's great. It's a great title for the game. It's classic.
There's a bug.
But can we change it? Can we change it?
Better idea?
Yeah.
What are you going to change it to?
I want to play a game.
Oh, okay. Right, here we go.
Can we call it that?
All right.
We don't have to. I'm just throwing it out there. All right.
You got to make graphics for each segment. There we go.
Yeah, we'll get a team made up with the image to go with that as well.
Puppet,
yeah.
Well, whatever. Just I thought that would be.
Considering cool, half of the panel here are dead set horror and that's it. I'm pretty sure we're gonna half win here. So I'm not going to ask us to poll. We'll ask the audience later on. All right, Belle, you want to play a game?
I do want to play a game as long as I'm in charge of the game.
You are.
Not Jigsaw. All right. So. Have a look.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Do we all know this album? Have we all heard it?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've
Good.
heard it once or
because just once or twice. Well, that might be enough. The game today is a quiz all about Metallica's and Justice for All.
Nice.
Okay.
So put your thinking caps on. I don't think it's going to be overly difficult, but maybe. 10 questions. Some have 2 parts, so probably more than 10 questions. I haven't done a count. Let me just get right into it. Okay.
Right. 1 second. For those playing along in the comments, I'm not going to scroll through all your answers later on. Just have a crack in the comments, but it's going to be too hard to reference which question and answer it goes to as you go through things. So I'll scroll through those later on for anything interesting. But have a crack, see if you're first, and you can beat us to a punch.
It's hands up when we get it.
Go for it. Is it horns up? Is it Andrew? You're going to keep score, and
I'll keep score.
Because
and then
I will say my internet, I apparently I'm coming through okay, as you said, but I'm not getting you guys coming through.
Okay.
Okay, there's a lot of
I'll keep
freezing
track
and
of.
missing words, and
Yep.
so
Alright.
yeah, you might need to.
I'll
Sing
pitch in,
out.
Bell. I'll give you a yell. We'll do the hands up thing for us here, and then we'll see who gets to go first.
Good.
Alrighty.
Okay. Question 1 is about 1. What if I haven't gone through this? I'm sorry. We all used to cheer internally or collectively whenever this song came on, Video Hits or Rage. Okay, I remember where I was going here. Was this iconic music video Metallica's first, second, or third video?
I got there first.
Oh, who
I
was
got there
that,
first.
Andrew?
I think
Yeah.
Andrew got it first.
And I'm gonna go 1.
Okay.
It was number 1.
Good one.
Yes. 1 point
Yay.
for you.
It's probably the other one I
Right.
get because I suck at these games. So probably the only one I'm gonna get. So I'll take it.
Nice.
All right.
All right. Now, question 2. Where did the majority of the songwriting for the album take place?
Dave.
James's garage.
Close.
No?
It was in a garage.
Half a point for that. He mentioned garage.
Yeah. It was in Lars's garage.
Oh, there you go. All right. Well, Dave gets a half point. We'll make it a split if there's a
All right,
tiebreaker.
yeah, I
Dave
think
gets a
Dave
tiebreaker.
should get half a point for that.
Yeah, I
Definitely.
think so.
That's cool. Yeah.
Okay. And Justice for All. So question 3, sorry. And Justice for All earned Metallica their first Grammy nomination. Who did they lose the award to?
Dave got there first.
Jeff Rotel.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Correct.
Boy, Alice Cooper.
Well done. That is
Joking.
infamous, that one. Yeah, Dave got there first. Yep. It's tight, but yeah, Just got there first.
Well, I was reading, so I'm glad someone's keeping an
I'm
eye on
watching.
you guys.
It's all right.
All right. Okay. Now, question number 4. Cliff Burton received a posthumous writing credit on which track?
Okay, Dave. Yep.
To live is to die.
Yes.
Yep.
Newstead played bass lines that Burton
Mhm.
had recorded prior to his death.
Yep.
There's a 4A. Question 4A. Which song does Newstead have a writing credit on?
Dave.
Blackened.
Okay, yes, correct.
You can see where this is going. I told you I'd get 1 right, and that'd be it. All right.
All right. Question 5. Who produced the album?
Jeff.
Well,
Just
it was
who
multiple.
produced it? I just want the answer. Who produced it? Because there's a part B that may go into a broader explanation.
Well, I don't think it was Fleming Rasmussen on this one. I think it was Rasmussen. I think it was just James and Lars produced it. That's why that's why the bass was so fucking low, because they deliberately cranked it down.
Okay, let's make it simple.
That was
Credited,
yes.
Who was credited?
Oh, Rasmussen. Yeah.
Yes.
Is that the answer you're looking for, Belle? Okay.
That is the
there we
answer
go.
I was looking for. But yeah, that sidetrack was not what I was expecting. But that's
Sorry.
but yeah. No, you're right though. I did a lot of reading on this, and I sort of knew
It's a mess.
this anyway. But yeah, they are responsible, or Lars in particular,
Correct. Yeah.
for the bass debacle.
Yeah.
There's a 5A who was briefly hired and then fired when it was initially thought Rasmussen was unable to produce the album.
Fired.
So he was hired because I believe it was maybe Lars really liked the sound of an album that this person had produced and wanted that sound, but he was failing in that task. And so
I've read it. I don't know. I have read this, but I can't remember now.
Would you like the album that was
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appetite for Destruction?
Oh, Mike Clink.
Mike Link.
Yeah,
Yes.
Dave put his hand up, so Dave gets the point for
Oh,
that
did
one.
he? Oh, sorry, Dave, I missed it.
That's all right. I'm keeping an eye on it. Remember, Jeff, you got to put
Yeah.
your hand up, otherwise it doesn't count.
What if I didn't have any arms?
We know you do. You're
Then
not
you would be
McGowan.
stumped.
Oh, boom! That's a good answer. I like that. That's Dave. That's awesome.
That deserves a clap.
Yeah, Dave deserves a
Oh,
point
here
for
we go.
that.
I'm going to get in all sorts of trouble after this one tonight. Okay, I'll look
That
out
was
for the
great.
inbox. Anyway.
Oh. All right. Go, we're only halfway there. All right, question
Yeah.
6.
Yep.
From which song are the following lyrics? Hell is set free, flattered I'll be. Feel the undertow inside me. Height, hell, time, haste, terror, tension. Life, death, want, waste, mass
Okay,
depression.
Dave has it.
Great ends of sanity.
Yes.
Yep.
Very good.
Yep. Yep. Cool.
Okay.
Dave's smashing it. We're all fucked. I think Dave's going to take this one.
Oh yeah, Dave's.
That seems to be the case, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Question 7. Who drew the album's cover art?
Oh, motherfucker. Oh.
They can't all be easy.
No.
I know that one. I know that one. Probably read it somewhere, but
As soon as I hear the name, I'm going to go fuck, but I can't drag it out. That's where I'm at the moment.
All right. Well, you're calling
Is
it
it-
by the sound of it.
I think Dave has one guess in him.
I don't know his fucking name though.
Someone may as well just
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
No.
3, 2,
Jeff?
1.
no, I don't.
All right, Bill, give us an answer.
Who was it?
Stephen Gorman.
That's it.
No, I never would have gotten that.
Yep.
No.
Okay.
Well done,
and
Bill.
No, I
You stumped us
don't know
all.
what else he's done.
I just learned something.
There you
Yeah.
go.
There you go.
That's what you want.
All right. Number 8. In which and only country did the album peak at number 1?
I'll take a guess. I'm going to go Germany.
Oh, no.
Close. No, it was close. Yeah.
You were.
Yeah.
They,
All right.
they
Coming
were
out.
second. It peaked at number 3 in Germany.
Okay.
Finland
Finland.
was the only country
Alright.
this album peaked in at number 1.
There you go.
I was thinking Sweden where the accident happened, and I
Yeah.
was thinking maybe that, but no.
Finland, Germany, the UK, then Sweden, then the
Mm.
US, and then peaked at 16th on the ARIA charts.
There you go. Well,
right.
I missed it by that much. Anyway.
You did. Good guess. All right. Number 9. What was the B-side to the single Eye of the Beholder?
B-side.
This was a jukebox favorite at the pool hall that I used to frequent when I
Okay.
was 15,
Jukebox
14.
favorite. The B-side.
Well,
No.
The single would rarely get played, and the B-side would
Yeah.
always get put on.
okay. What was the single again? Sorry, Bill?
Eye of the Beholder was the single.
And the B side to that.
The
B-side
B-side
to that.
was the B-side, yeah.
Can I ask a question? Is the B-side on the album, or is it another song
No.
from another album?
It's not on
That's
the
what
album.
I thought.
All right. Dave?
Dave?
Friend.
No.
No.
What did he say? I didn't catch it.
The Prince.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
It's on the
Can I
Japanese
say?
edition.
Can I say?
Yeah, Jeff, have a
I'll
guess.
take a guess. Bread fan.
Yes.
There you
Red
go.
Fan.
Jeff got
Alright.
it. Nice.
It is
Well
Bread
done.
Fan. And question 9A, who wrote Bread Fan?
Oh,
Budgie.
fuck. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Correct.
Sorry, I didn't put my hand up, but no one else.
No. Just
Sorry. Jumped at that one.
All
I
right,
broke my own rule.
I did it earlier. It's so easy to do. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
All right.
Anyway, sorry. I got
Last
one. I got more than
question.
one. Yay. I got more than one.
Yay. All right, question 10. What was the name the band gave to the stage set replica of Lady Justice on their Damaged Justice tour?
Fucking hell. It's an obscure one.
Yes, it
Good.
is.
Shouldn't be easy, remember? Meant to be challenging it to
Some
at
of
least a
them were.
point.
Mm.
This is a cool
No,
game,
I
by the way.
agree. It is cool.
Um,
I like it. Yep.
Um,
What was the name they gave to the stage?
The stage. So
It's
the
a
Lady
replica.
Justice on
This
there.
this
That
only cost us.
collapses.
This only cost us
Yeah.
$2 million to make. Yeah, that's the name they gave it.
all right. I have no idea. I'm just going to throw a stab in the
okay.
dark. I'm just going to go
No.
the bitch. So
No, it was not the bitch. It was.
Lars' mum.
I mean, this might be her name. It's a woman's name. This might
Okay.
be like it doesn't sound like a Danish name, but I could be wrong. Doris.
Doris.
They called
Okay.
her
Yeah.
Doris.
Never
Never
would
would
have
have
got
got that. No.
Last, you might get this one though. Question 10A. What would happen to Doris towards the end of each set?
Oh,
Dave.
well.
Dave got his
It
hand up first.
collapses.
Hey.
Yes. Collapse and become decapitated.
There you go. Cool.
At least we all got at least one. I got
Yeah,
one.
we all
Yes.
got it. Yeah, we got a stab in there. Jeff and I actually tied
That was
this
cool.
time around. Well done, Belle. That was a cool game. We haven't done one like that before. That was a really cool. Well, I liked how you tied that all together with the album.
I figured you guys would know. You know.
I might steal that one. That was a good one.
Chance.
I might
I
steal
like
that
trivia as
game.
well. Yeah, I like trivia.
It had to
Monster
be
Again.
a pretty well-known album that I assume everyone would know at
Yes.
least some of the
Totally.
questions. So,
Yep.
yeah, doesn't
No,
work.
well done.
Yeah, that was
Cool.
cool.
That was. I'm genuinely thinking about stealing that as an idea. So that was very well done.
Go
Belle.
for it.
Nicely done.
Absolutely. I want to play a game.
Want to play a game?
So,
Well, we played.
you and I both got 2. Dave got like 8.
Oh, fucking 20. Like, it's not that there's 20 there, but you know what I mean.
Dave's a trivia king.
Dave, he is our trivia king. It's crazy if it's except for our friend from overseas. Who
Oh,
hasn't been
yeah.
able to-
Kevin.
yeah.
Haven't seen Kevin for a while. So
Oh, the time
Dave's
differences have
taken
made it
over the
harder for him. So
title.
hopefully when the time
Yeah.
is starting to push back again, we'll see more of
We
Kevin.
go back to summer.
Yeah, that'll be it. But Michael C says Dio versus Malmsteen versus SOD. Fuck me. Well, yeah, it's a good choice this week, Michael. Have fun with that. Craig says, are we playing a game? Well, we are. We played it. Craig's going, need a refresher, Bell. Can we listen to it first? Here we go. We're not getting answers. We're getting comments. Vinny says, Jeff has literally put on a thinking cap. It matches his thinking kimono.
Fuck you.
Oh, Vinny, you're a gem. What do we got here? Craig says the bass was so low because Newstead had to play his parts outside a closed garage door. Dave gets picked from the gift shop. Tony Barber. There we go. The French bread fan. Big Bertha from Rob Johnson. We're having a lot of fun here. So thanks. I hope you all enjoyed the little quiz thing there, because we do have the next part of the show to get on to, which is, as always, the Global Grooves part of the show. So we each week go through an Aussie release. Obviously, it's where we're from. It's what we like to do. And then every week, one of us gets to put forward an album to go through, which is from anywhere in the world, can be from Australia as well, but you tend to go international with these choices. And this week around, Jeff had the choice, and he picked Cradle of Filth with The Screaming of the Valkyries. This one is 9 tracks for 56 minutes, the 14th studio album from the English band, released March 2025 by Napalm Records, produced by Scott Atkins at Grindstone in Suffolk. At least 3 singles have been released, including Malignant Perfection, which is the reference track in the comments here, and description as well, as well as To Live Deliciously. So far, the album has peaked number 32 in the US, number 15 in the UK, along with a handful of top 50s across Europe. This is the first album with new members Danny Burbage on guitar and Zoe Marie Fedorov on keyboards and female vocals. A band we all know, but not one we've spent a lot of time on over the years of the show. Jeff chose this one this week, so while you're all checking out the reference track, if you haven't checked it out already, Jeff, we'll throw to you. How about it?
All right. So there's something about Cradle of Filth that I've liked actually since the first time I've heard them, which was about 20 years ago for me. So when I first heard them, I did what any fan would do. I went out and tried to get my hands on as many of their albums and stuff as I could, as was possible. So, you know, hello, Mr. Download, that sort of thing. Yeah. So, but look, I jumped headfirst into everything, especially their early works. But for whatever reason, because I had heard the stuff, and this was like the mid 2000s when I got into them, and then going into their earlier works from the earlier 90s, like 94, 95, 96. I was just like, okay, I think I'll stick with the the mid 2000s and go from there, because that early sound was just a little, it was a bridge too far for me at the time.
Okay.
But that's not to say that I didn't like them. I just didn't like them as much, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing that in their 34-year career, they've been around for 34 years, which is crazy. It's 1991. They've covered a lot of musical ground, but they've never actually strayed too far from their roots, which is good. And so this dedication to their craft actually serves them quite well on this album. So if you thought that Cradle of Filth had pretty much said all they could across their large discography, think again. With the release of this 14th album, The Screaming of the Valkyries, Danny Filth and his ghoulish crew, because they all dressed up like ghouls, has delivered one of their more focused, thunderous records in years. An album that doesn't just whisper from the shadows, but instead screams from the heavens with all the fury of its namesake. So produced once again by longtime collaborator and producer Scott Atkins, this album sounds absolutely massive. From the first blast beat to the final orchestral swell, I should say, every note feels deliberately placed here and powerfully executed. The guitars are sharp, menacing, and rich and full in texture. The orchestral and choir arrangements are no longer just a mere window dressing as they have been in some songs in previous albums. This time, they're woven into the DNA of the songs. And as far as Danny goes, his voice still sounds like a banshee vomiting Latin, but the man hasn't lost a step. Here, there's a tightness here in the mixing and the arrangement that comes to the fore. So, and if you want proof of this, just listen to the song The Trinity of Shadows, and you'll understand exactly what I mean. So it seems clear that the band is still hell-bent on weaving as much atmosphere and melody and symphonic purpose as they can into each song. And as a result, this album leaves you feeling drained emotionally after each listen. At least I was for me. And it was almost as if the album itself was feeding off me. And I thought that was kind of very vampiric, which is kind of in flavor with the album as well. So that seems to fit with the flavor, is what they're doing, as I said. And I think it works. And while I love the album, it's not just filled with praise for me. I think that the album works better when it's listened to as a whole rather than by individual songs. So for me, it's greater than the sum of its parts. Now, longtime fans will hear echoes of Dusk and Her Embrace, Godspeed on the Devil's Thunder, and Darkly, Darkly Venus Aversa, but done with a clarity and cohesion that only a seasoned, unrepentant band of 30 plus years being completely comfortable in their own skin can pull off. So Cradle of Filth Screaming with the Valkyries is a testament to a band that is still at war with mediocrity. Once again, they have delivered an intense, refined, and cinematic album, absolutely dripping with atmosphere. While not a drastic departure in sound from the previous album, it's a definitive refinement. Proof that Cradle of Filth isn't just surviving the changing metal landscape, but they're out on the prowl, hungry for blood. If 2021's existence is futile was a reflection of existential dread, then Screaming of the Valkyries is a call to arms, a rallying cry for their many fans. Cradle of Filth isn't reinventing the wheel here, but they are reclaiming the throne, showing once again while they still matter in 2025 with their brand of musical darkness. Years from now, when fans look back at their career, I'm sure that this album will be looked upon fondly and considered a classic, a must-own in their discography. Standout tracks for me were Trinity of Shadows, Non Omnis Moriar, I hope I said that right, probably fucking not, but White Hellbore, Malignant Perfection, and when Misery was a stranger. But the entire album for me is fantastic. Needless to say, I love this album. I loved it. I give it 9 shots.
Nice. Cool. I might actually go next because I got a funny feeling it might play out in particular, but I want to try and go next here. Because for me, it's kind of the opposite way around to Jeff here, because it's been a long time for me since I really dug into a Cradle of Filth album. I've always had a soft spot for their early stuff, which is why I'm opposite to Jeff here. The Empire, Dusk in Her Embrace are directly referenced in my opening note here because that was where I began with this one. And then sort of, not that I got not interested, just sort of there was so much other music going on and nothing really, I enjoyed what I heard, but nothing pulled me back in sort of thing. So I was really curious to come back to this one after having those memories. And it's funny how you mentioned Dusk and Her Embrace, because I could definitely hear the echoes of that in this album, which made it,
Indeed.
A pleasant surprise from beginning to end for me with this one. I think for me, comparing this to the early stuff without the context of a lot of the stuff in between, because I have missed a fair bit of it, I think for me there's been a bit of a shift in their sound. Not a drastic one, but it's noticeable. It's still got the darkness, the blast beats, the unmistakable Danny Filth delivery. But now there's a bit more groove to it. It's a bit more swing, and it really works. I think it's a bit more refined now, more deliberate, and in a good way for me. There's definitely some extra polish in this one, but that's not in an overreduced way. It's just what you would expect from a band that's really honed their craft over 30 plus years. And the solos are tasteful. There's great use of space and tempo changes that help the songs sort of land harder when you're listening to them as well. And it's not just a wall of sound anymore, which it was early on in a lot of respects. There's a genuine pulse and dynamic as you listen to this one from beginning to end. Lyrically, top shelf as always. That's always been one of Danny's strengths. But it sort of hits harder here with the more sort of mature arrangements behind it, I thought. Demagoguery stood out for me in that regard. The melodic dual solo in that one was fantastic and really showed the kind of depths they're working with on this album more. Production-wise, fucking impressive. I think the mix is clear, tones are rich, and the balance between the light and the shade is superb. This one really benefits from a focused listen. I think it's not a casual spin. Like Jeff said, I think the listen to the whole album is much better off. But I think Cradle's never really been the sort of band where you just pick one song here and there. I think you've always had to take in their entire albums as an experience, put the headphones on or put the big speakers and the lights out, or, actually any album of theirs, you've always had to dive in deeply. Don't just casually listen to this band. There's so much more to it than that. There are some cool subtle touches in this one as well. The gang vocals in the Trinity of Shadows, the way they layer different vocal styles precisely across this one, even down to single syllables. I thought that was impressive. The attention to detail was noticeable here and incredible. And that said, not a criticism, but an observation is that you can see or hear that Danny's vocal range is starting to show a little bit of wear as you go through here. It's subtle, but it's still there. It doesn't take anything away from the listen. If anything, it's probably pushed the band or helped the band explore different territories compositionally, which I thought has made things or made them land somewhere really, really special, because there were certain, that high-pitched, that banshee, that howl he used to have isn't quite as cutting as it used to be. And so it's forced the band sort of play in lower registers. And I think it's actually made them really find a sweet spot compositionally. I think the addition of Zoe on the female vocals is a fantastic element here. I think the atmosphere across the whole album is fantastic, but her bringing into it is really good too. But also as the album progresses, that side of things, the female vocals and the way the drama plays out really just sort of come to the front. It flows like a proper journey. It's not a concept album per se, but it does definitely move like one, which I thought was really cool. And the payoff is worth it if you give it your full attention. Non Omnis Morior, the one that Jeff mentioned there, felt like a deliberate midpoint reset while listening to it, which shows how much thought they put into the whole album sequencing. And with something like the White Hellbore just charges out with that classic gallop as well. You can hear and see that one going off live as listening to it. And again, the female vocal layers on that track are a perfect counterpoint to Danny's delivery. That song especially felt like the perfect meeting point between old school Cradle of Filth and this new chapter for me. All in all, I enjoyed this one. It made me realize that I've missed more from this band than I should have done. So it makes me want to go back through the catalog. I'll definitely be doing that, backtracking. I think longtime fans, but I'll be curious with Dave in particular and other people that know this band better than me. I'm curious to see if this is a genuine hit for people that know this band and love this band, because I think it will do that, but also bring in new fans to this band as well. But again, don't half listen to it. Give it your full attention. I think this is a winner. I give this one 9 shots. I fucking loved it. Non-Omnis Moria, White Hellbore, Malignant Perfection, my 3 standouts in this one. Dave, what have you got to say as a counterpoint to that?
Yeah, I fucking love this album. I love this band, but I haven't dug as deep into their catalog as I'd like. But what you were saying, like, the albums are something that will consume you for a few weeks at a time, and you have to know every little intricate fucking detail about what they're doing. So I've only heard 3 other albums before this, but I compare this very much to Nymphetamine, because that was the first album I heard, and this is on fucking par with that, because that album actually popped my Cradle of Filth cherry, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
I didn't know how I got on. It was like, fuck, I'm going to check out this band. I've been hearing about it for so long. And I heard one song that came up randomly on Spotify. I was like, this is, for extreme metal, this is actually fucking great. I love these vocals. I love what they're doing musically. So I became obsessed with that album about 2 years ago, just before Christmas. And I was listening to it at work and had a massive headache. So I pulled the earplugs out and just put it on my phone. And like, Gilded Cunt is like screaming. I'm like, I should like go upstairs and stay away from people. And I actually had COVID. That's why I had a massive fucking headache. So I had COVID for Christmas. So Cradle of Filth is the perfect soundtrack for COVID at Christmas. But as far as this album goes, as far as extreme metal goes, Cradle of Filth are the fucking leaders of the genre. It is full on, but they never sacrifice melody or cohesion for the sake of mindless brutality. This is deliciously entertaining with haunting melodies, menacing lyrics, diverse local styles, which are all coherent. Demagoguery, or whatever. I can't pronounce these fucking titles.
Demagoguery,
Yeah, that one. That's got blast beats about at the 2.5 minute point. This is great use of that style. I usually don't like blast beats, but the energy and the composition has built up to a peak of power where everything needs to be unleashed. This is how you fucking do it. Not just for the sake of doing it, but for the sake of enhancing your composition and telling a story. It's there for a purpose and not just showing off. The female vocals are an excellent addition to this band. The back and forth trade-off in the chorus of White Hellbore is awesome. Fucking love that. Malignant Perfection is truly epic. The keyboard tone in that reminds you of early Nightwish around the Oceanborn album. So if you like that tone and you like a bit of the heavier stuff, this is a cool combination. Songs of diversion, tempo, and themes. Excellent album from start to finish. One that will really reward you with multiple listens. And more you listen, you will enjoy them. I go straight for guitar riffs and solos, and then keys, and then lyrics. You can just enjoy this as songs with different moods. There's so much to get out of these albums, and I need to find the time to get really familiar with this band. Simply because I don't like buying band t-shirts if I'm not really familiar with lots of albums. I really want a Jesus as a Cunt t-shirt.
So do I. Yeah.
So I gotta fucking earn it. I can't just buy one. I gotta earn it. But yeah, Jesus is a cunt. There's still a lot of Cradle of Filth albums I need to listen to, but this is fantastic. 9 out of 10. The only thing missing from this would be Doug Bradley from Hellraiser, because he does spoken words in some previous fucking Cradle of Filth albums, and that's always cool when his voice just booms out. Especially, I think in Pornography, there's a really good use of him. But To Live Deliciously, Demagoguery, and White Hellbore are my standouts, but it's all fucking good. 9 out of 10.
Nice. Cool. All right, Belle, what's your history with the band?
What's left to say? You, and you, everything. Yes, the end. I agree.
How many shots?
I'm really glad that someone picked this album. Thank you, Jeff, for being that someone. Yeah, well, what's not to love about the album, about the band? Like, all right, I haven't written much, but it's melodic, it's heavy, it's interesting and different from other bands, even though it conforms to being metal in every way possible.
Yeah.
You get unique vocals filled with personality, atmosphere in spades, unadulterated lyrics and themes, and it has as much groove as a Pantera album. Guitar solos from heaven or hell, whichever you give more credence to.
Satan.
Just
fantastic. You knew that was coming.
Yeah, I didn't actually, but that's my own stupid fault. I should have known.
You should know me by now.
Yeah.
I know I should have. But yeah, fantastic. It could well be in my top 10s at the end of the year.
Wow.
It's only July. It's still just.
Mm.
We'll see how the year pans out, but it's a very strong contender. Yeah, but just pretty much everything you guys said. Awesome reviews all around, by the way. So yeah,
Glad you
love
like
it. I'm only going to give it an 8 though. I'm giving it an 8.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, I still love it though. It's a great album.
No, it was cool.
Yeah.
I'd be curious on this one in particular to see people that are like diehard fans of this band to see where it ranks for them in their history of it, because we've obviously not covered as much depth as we would have liked over the years between us all as a collective. So I'd like to hear from diehard fans about just how good this album is to them, because I have a funny feeling it might be up there, but
I think it
wrong.
will be too. Yeah, absolutely. In years to come, as I said, it'll be classified as a classic.
Yep. Alrighty. Let's what the hell? Okay. This is a 2-part comment here that I've got to try and get something in context wise, because there's a spell check here which says Vinny, right? So Jeff, you should employ Vinny as your butler. He can bring you your slippers. There we go. That's from Michael C. So that's what that's meant to be.
Why are you calling Vinny Connie? Is that like a pet name?
He said spell check. Spell check. Fucking thinking around there. He says spell check. We'll see.
Yeah.
Hey, Connie.
Spell check.
Connie.
Hi, Connie. Like it when you touch me there, Connie.
Yeah, Connie.
Wow.
Come a little closer, Connie. Yeah.
Over to Cradle of Filth. Rob's like, "Woo, England." Yeah, we're going to England now. Cruelty and the Beast had some bangers. It did too. And the Sony produced album Damnation and a Day, controversial. Okay, cool. There we go. What do we got here? Craig says Cradle of Filth, 8 shots, more modern than melodic, but the production is top notch compared to other modern day bands of the genre. 10 shots. There we go.
Wow. Yeah.
Rob Johnson, +1 for listening to the whole albums for Cradle. They're always telling a story, and would be cool to see a movie rendition of the work. Only musical I would tolerate. That's actually a pretty cool idea. There's a lot of cinematics stuff in the music.
Definitely.
That's cool. And speaking of movies, you need to watch Cradle of Fear if you haven't seen it yet. Low budget gore fest at its best, where you have 2 people singing to their hearts right now. So there you go. The movie
Cradle of Fear.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
There you go.
I think I've heard of it.
There you go. I have no idea. I don't watch
no
movies
idea.
much. So. There we go, Rob. We'll see. Bell's writing it down, so you know it's going to get looked at. Michael has gone. Danny said in an interview they wanted older fans to be happy with this one. I hope they are. What do we got here? Hold on. More. Speaking of movies, you need to watch Cradle of Fear if you haven't seen it yet. The low budget gore fest best with the whole band from back in the day featuring. Okay, that's where it comes from. So the whole band, early days band, are in that one as well, which is cool. And they're back and forth. Vinny says it also suggests bring her back, Rob. It's unsettling and disturbing with enough gore to make you recoil. Onto the album, Michael's gone 9 shots for me and agrees sonically fantastic with great dynamic. Rob's gone, I went to a Catholic school, casual day. I wore Jesus is a cunt t-shirt. The God fanboys weren't pleased, got suspended. So if you're going to go out, go out hard. Wow.
That's fucking cool.
Well done, Rob.
What a legend.
Credit where's due. Well done.
Wow.
That's ballsy. Well done.
I wore a Freddy Krueger t-shirt to primary school and I got in trouble.
Dave, somehow this makes perfect sense. Oh, wow.
I wish I still had that t-shirt. Give it to Jade.
Oh,
She's got my Freddy Krueger poster on her bedroom door. I'm fucking
That's
stoked.
awesome.
Yeah.
That is perfect, man. Well done. I'm sure you're fucking wrapped at that. That's awesome. Hard Music says that t-shirt is the only metal shirt in history that has had people arrested for wearing it. The new album has definitely been a strong resurgence in interest, or seen a strong resurgence in interest in Cradle. There we go. So there's some good words from Hard Music as always. And Vinny says, behind the shelter sheds in 5, Connie. Oh, well done. Oh, fantastic. All right, we have one more bit of business to get through tonight. So I'm going to put 2 different links in the comments, so make sure you scroll through those. Otherwise, check them out in the description box. These are your reference tracks for tonight's battle, which is Toehider versus Powderfinger. I'm going to get in trouble either way with this one tonight. But anyway, let's see how this one goes. Now, this is King of the Riff. It's the final part of the show before we get to Raising a Glass. And this is the all-Australian edition of King of the Riff. This is round 3, which is Powderfinger, Vulture Street versus Toehider. I have little to no memory of these memories. The way this worked is we asked the audience to put forward their favourite Aussie albums. We went through the list and put the top 2 favourites from the audience into the top 2 seeds, and then we just went and listed off our own 8 other ones we liked to go through or wanted to go through for this process. And we've gotten to a point now where the 2 albums Jeff chose are the ones going head-to-head this week. So, Jeff, to make this cruel, I'm going to make you go last this week, just to play the game. To see how we go. So there are reference tracks involved in this one, everyone. Go and check those out. Quickly here before we get stuck in. Rob's gone. Great show, guys. So I've got to get back to work here in the UK. Catch you in the next one. Thanks for joining us, man. So good to see you here. Thanks for subscribing as well. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. We look forward to seeing you again soon. Hopefully the rest of your shift goes well. So good luck over there, mate. Thanks for jumping in. Look forward to the next time. But for now, we have to get through this battle. So it is Powderfinger versus Toehider. Here's my little preamble before we get stuck into it. This one is another clash of the, unknowns versus titans, and this is also a collision of realities in a lot of respects. On one hand, you've got Powderfinger, a band that doesn't just hold a place in Aussie rock history; they own a wing of the building in some respects. Vulture Street saw them loosen the collar, turn up the guitars, and deliver a swaggering, heartfelt, riff-driven album that still holds its own 20 years on, to the point where our daughter had a crack at me for even having this poll online. So she loves it. Belle, you saw the comment. On the other hand...
Yeah, you were going to get dobbed on.
Oh, she sent text messages at the same time. Don't worry. There's been a whole thing about this in the household. But anyway, on the other hand, we have absolute chaos in the best possible way. It's Toehider, led by the unstoppable mind of Mike Mills. They're brilliantly bonkers. I have little to no memory of these memories. It's an album so creatively unhinged, so musically daring, it makes most records feel like they're running on autopilot. This is refined arena or hard rock versus head-spinning art rock. One band wrote the soundtrack to countless road trips, breakups, barbecues, and camping trips, for that matter. The other, they wrote a prog opera about a space-time traveling squirrel, probably. Toehider. But don't write this off as a mismatch. We've had a lot of mismatches so far, but they've always thrown up interesting results to this point. There's a heart and a skill in both corners, just different kinds. One's about feel and finesse, the other's a full-blown sonic kaleidoscope that leaves you wondering what reality even is. Anyway, let's get stuck into it. I'm going to throw to myself first so I can rip the band off and have our daughter fucking send me messages of abuse coming up. We tend to go with our winner, and 5 reasons why. I'm choosing Toehider tonight. One, because it dares to be different. While Vulture Street is a strong album, like, don't get me wrong, it's actually, going back over it, from memory, I didn't recall it being as rocked up as it is, but it's a much rockier or heavier album than I expected it to be. Everyone knows the radio hits, but it's really fucking good from top to bottom. But whilst it's strong, it sort of stays within its lane. Toehider goes completely off-road. And it's sort of landing at the same time. The creativity on this one is wild, fearless, and totally unique, and that is Mike Mills in a nutshell. That boldness counts for a lot for me. I think the musicianship and the production are next level across this one. Mike Mills is a machine. He's a world-class vocalist, guitarist, songwriter, and a damn good producer on top of all that sort of stuff. This thing sounds phenomenal, and it's all coming from one wildly talented mind. And that's the thing. This is one person put this thing together. A 30-something minute long, one-song album that takes you on such a journey. Sorry?
It's 47 minutes.
47 minutes, sorry, yeah. Like, it's amazing what they've done here. Point 3, it holds me from start to finish. Both albums are great, no question about that. Like I said before, but Toehider locks me in from beginning to end, from the first note to the last. As much as I respect and genuinely enjoy the Powderfinger album, there are moments on Vulture Street where I just can drift a little bit here and there. That does not happen on Toehider at all for me. There's also an element here, point 4, which is artistic freedom over familiarity. I love Vulture Street, like I've said a few times now. It's meaningful, nostalgic, and expertly crafted, but Toehider represents something rarer. That total sense of artistic freedom to me. It's an unfiltered vision. There's literally 2 people involved in this one, and one of those people is doing the artwork. That kind of risk-taking resonates with me, and I really did enjoy this one quite a bit. And Number 5 is it's more fresh, more vibrant, and more creative. Powderfinger's Voltage Street is an all-timer. Don't get it wrong. But when I compare the two albums head-to-head, Toehider just feels more alive. It's fresher, more adventurous, more creatively electric. That edge makes the difference for me. So, like I said, I know our daughter is I'm going to get abusive messages out of this one. I know she's already done the texting and the commenting and all that sort of stuff, so people can follow along that one as we go along here. But as much as it's her soundtrack to the camping trips and that when she was younger, for me, Toehider is much more of a relevant soundtrack to me in my journey of music, especially over the years doing the show. So for me, Toehider gets my vote. I've ripped the bandit off. I've done it. I'm going to wait for my phone to go off its head while I throw to, let's go to, who have I got? I've got probably go to Bell next. Just make it different. Go to Bell.
All right. I'll entertain you in the background of your abuse while you read your phone.
I'm waiting.
Well, look, this one's easy for me. Easy. Yep. We've got 2000s radio rock versus an insanely talented multi-instrumentalist. I don't think Powderfinger ever stood a chance as far as I was concerned anyway. I still listen to both though. And I get that Toehider won't be for everyone. And, you know, those people, if they don't sort of get it, they'd rather go down the easy listening route. Fine. There's nothing wrong with Powderfinger's album. They made a hugely popular album and has hits that are still played on Triple M today.
And credit where due for that, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they won't play
it's not. I'm not giving it credit by saying that, by the way. Anyway,
or lack thereof. There we go.
Yeah. But anyway, I was far more entertained by Toehider's masterpiece. I'll call it that. And the thing is, even though it is, I'm not even sure if Mike Mills would consider it a masterpiece because he's just got so much in him, so much creativity that he'll just write, put something out, put everything into it, and then move on to the next one. And so the next masterpiece and the next masterpiece. So
genuine creative mad genius.
Yeah. No, like I've just created this wonderful album. Let's just sit back on our laurels and not fucking do anything for the next 20 years. Not that I'm saying that's what Powderfinger did, but there's just no ego. Genuinely, I'm not. I really.
Sure.
Bill's not saying that. Like
I really wasn't. But
I lost something done.
Yeah, might be a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah. Look. I'm just glad that I think honestly, without this show, I probably wouldn't have heard of Toehider. I probably wouldn't have encountered. I mean, I knew about Powderfinger. Who doesn't? In this country, at least. But Toehider. What a gem! What an amazing talent! So easy vote. Like I said, easy vote for me.
All right, cool. All righty. Dave, you're going to go next. I'm going to make Jeff wait.
Okay. I have never heard a Powderfinger album. I heard songs. I heard music in the early 2000s, and some of it just didn't appeal to me. And it was Powderfinger, and I'm just like, I'm not going to hear an album based off that shit. And some of those songs have been done to death on radio. This is why I don't listen to radio. Around the time, though, towards the late 2000s, I used to work at Big W. I worked for a lot of store managers. One guy in particular was an absolute cunt. He once left. He would make us do a minimum of 12-hour days each day, every fucking day, minimum.
Jesus?
Yeah.
No, it was Wayne. Oh, if you're watching, fuck you. Anyway, he left early once because he was going to see Powderfinger. That pretty much sums up this band and the type of people that listen to it. This is the type of rock that well-to-do people listen to when they want to cut loose.
Tori, I'm going to give you Dave's number.
Oh boy!
I don't care. This is fucking terrible. Some of these songs made me start to fall asleep, like Sunsets. Others woke me up enough to skip it. If I could
Wow.
take the ones that I had to skip off, this would be a fantastic cure for insomnia. And then there's Toehider. And if you know Toehider, you know not what to expect because you expect the unexpected, but it's just pure artistry, brilliance from start to finish. Now, how sometimes bands will release an album and the album title, and you don't know which is the album and which is the title? Toehider need to release an album called Camel. Did you get that?
Well done, Dave. Well done. We just got
Imagine
canceled.
the artwork Salty's going to do for that. Imagine
Yeah.
the artwork Salty will do for that.
I would love to see that shit. Please make that happen. We need a 25-minute epic about hiding your camel toe.
Oh no!
Okay, again,
because of his, I think it's for his daughter saying about something to hide her kind of thing. It was a story he was trying to tell his daughter. So the whole thing just has if you go back through the history of Toehider.
Yeah, okay, suddenly I just feel really fucked. No. Okay. It's not funny anymore. Okay, moving on. Album, song is fantastic. Epic storytelling. Different styles of music, different moods, different tempos. Musicianship is fantastic. All brought together seamlessly with ease. Quirky charm to the lyrics, production as well. Done, and everything is nice and clear when you hear it. Easy win. Toehider, duh.
All right, well, Jeff, you get to
Wow.
obviously the decision's been made, but now you get to add your final 2 cents in on this one because both these albums were your picks in this one. So how do you go about splitting them?
Okay, so when I first put these albums forward, I didn't think that they'd be going head to head. At least
no one thought that, to be honest.
No
It's
one
random,
knew,
it's
right?
done
So
by play count,
just happened. So now, Powderfinger, Vultures is an amazing album. Really, you can't deny it. I mean, everything Dave said is true, but in the same token, these songs they became a cultural phenomenon in Australia. I don't think the album broke any charts overseas. Maybe it did. I don't know, but it probably should have. It probably should have. In some ways, because they were certainly commercial enough to do it. And the songs had everything you'd want. They had hooks for days and all that stuff, right? And that's why I put the album forward, because it's a great album from the mid 2000s. But then you get a guy like Mike Mills, and Toehider. And so when I thought of my 5 reasons for, I'm going to pick Toehider. Okay, I'm going to pick Toehider. So
there we go. It's a sweep.
It's a sweep. But the reason I'm picking, my 5 reasons for picking for this and in Toehider is Mike Mills, and Mike Mills. And that's my 5.
Yep.
Right? The guy is just a fucking genius. I mean, there's no other way around it.
Yes.
I know we don't like to throw around that word genius, but this guy,
I think it applies.
Yeah, it definitely applies.
He's a musical genius, because when I first heard Toehider, and I have to credit this show for that because I'd never heard of them before. So thanks, guys. I was just like, you hear the name Toehider, think, okay, what the fuck? And then you listen to it, I'm like, jaw, meat floor. Because then when you said, this is just one guy, and of course there's an artist,
Yep.
But I don't know, does the artist draw the thing first and that inspires Mike to write the song when he draws?
I'm not sure.
Or is it the other way around? Who knows?
I think they collaborate.
Does it really fucking matter?
Yeah, it's weird. Yep.
Because it's look, it's just amazing. So it's a sweep, because how could you not? That song, 47 minutes. 47 minutes of just pure quirky fun. It's just fun. From beginning to end. There's no point you go, oh, I wish this thing be over with. You're like, when it gets to the end, you're just like, you realize what you've just listened to. You've just listened to an absolute magnum opus, for lack of a better word. And that's what it is. It's just Mike Mills, and Mike fucking Mills.
Yep.
Done.
Fair point. Which this is going to be the most weird battle series we've done yet, because we've picked our winner. We got a sweep. Jeff, how do you feel after killing off one of yours so comprehensively? But we have a sweep, which is unusual. I'm not saying I'm surprised that the music context is we don't get sweeps very often, which is why I was like, oh wow, cool, we got a sweep. But again, as with every round so far in this season, we've gone against the audience. The audience will be Powderfinger. So we are on completely different tracks at this point in time. So I'm very curious.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, not sorry. But I'm very curious as the final rounds are going to start to shape out as we go through things. Now, on all this, next week's battle, or next battle anyway.
Did you just say that we've gone against the audience? Because we didn't in this battle.
Oh, sorry. No, you're right. Don't worry about me. I'm an idiot. You're right.
Hey,
And you've got the ball twice tonight.
No, something completely different. Yes.
What are you?
And you're
All right,
invasion of the
charge
body
now.
snatchers.
Tired.
Guys, yeah, come on,
It's been a
guys.
week.
Give him a break.
I think there's some weird shit going in that alcohol
I don't-
that you're brewing up there.
Yeah, maybe.
Don't tell anyone, okay? It's my
I think it's
secret.
obvious.
Yeah, no, no. Genuinely, I'm just having a good night, obviously. But no, you're right, Belle. Thank you for correcting me yet again because I need it. Clearly, Dave, I need someone to do my homework for me because I'm failing this week. So yeah, we didn't go against the audience this week.
Your
The
reviews
audience
are great.
thanked us. Sorry.
Your reviews have been really good. I think all
yeah,
your
absolutely.
effort's gone into those.
Yeah, and the rest of my stuff is just shit.
The producer stuff. Not so
No.
But anyway, the yes,
Been
you're right,
rotten
Bill.
this
To get back to the point, you are correct. The audience and us are finally aligned. So for the first time in this season, we are aligned with the audience. We both went Toehider, so I'm going to get a nasty phone call tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, next battle is
my friends.
I know. Ice House Man of Colors versus Midnight Oil 10-1. That's the next battle coming up. So that's going to be an interesting one coming up as well. I'll go to some comments here before I start going to promoting next week, and then we'll do the Razor Glass of the week. Craig says Powderfinger win on the back of a roll right. What? A roll right by you alone. I fucking love Vulture Street. There we go. So Craig goes Vulture Street. Roland says got a lot of respect for Powderfinger, but Toehider win. This Toehider album is my all-time favorite top 10 list. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Michael C.
Nice.
Toehider by miles and miles and miles. Just to be clear here, none of the Michaels watching this show are Michael Mills from the show, from the band. Vinny has said, I fucking love Powderfinger. They're like a warm cuppa on any day of your life. Not to rile Toehider. They're a lot of fun and trippy as hell. Okay, so got some love for going the other way. Don, good to see you. He's gone Powderfinger sucks. I think you're getting some agreement.
Yes, they do.
Don, I agree with you.
Don Hector.
Craig says, I'm going to check out some more Toehider after the show. So hurry the fuck up, you lot. Well, we're getting there. Hang on. Craig's gone, fuck you, Dave. No tickets for you.
Oh, Craig, my buddy Craig.
No. Oh, now we see who wants what. How little you sell your integrity for. Michael says, yes, Dave, great review, and you just started classic Dave. So there we go. Was that Big W store manager Jesus, Dave? Well, there we go.
No, I am Jesus.
I already asked that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure what to make of these digits here, Rowan. It's a footprints and some.
Did I ever tell everyone about the old German lady who said that she prayed to a picture of me?
Yes, you did tell me. I remember that.
That was an uncomfortable fucking approach.
That was. I remember
Because
that.
you think she looked like Jesus? Was that why?
Yeah, some lady comes up to me. She says, "You look like Jesus. I pray to you every night." I'm thinking, "Yeah, which hand do you use?"
Oh wow!
Oh
Shit,
my god,
Wow!
Dave.
There's a certain line in The Exorcist that comes straight to mind. But anyway,
Which one?
which one? Yeah, let Jesus, so on and so forth.
Not lick me.
Yeah. Anyway, our music says Powderfinger covered The Number of the Beast as a B-side. I watched them play in front of 5 people, only to see them 1 year later pack the S with the guitarists were metal fans. They were a heavier band back in the day, early on for them. I will give them there.
Yeah.
Camel Toe Hider. Oh, Dave, you've done it again. And great choices for this battle, Master Splinter. We're having fun with this one. We're having a lot of fun. This is why we changed the format to give us all a bit more input and to not do things over and over again, the same thing over. It's like these aren't the traditional standard sort of battles everyone puts together. We put our own flavor in this one for the reason is that it's us doing it. Alrighty. On to next week's show. So next week, the backyard banger Jeff Hazard is Sister Switchblade with Don't Try This at Home. I have this written down in front of me, so I'm not going to fuck this up. The Fretboard Feud is the September 85 album choices. Dave, you're playing a game next week. And for the Global Groove, it's my choice. And I'm going to put forward Volbeat, God of Angels Trust. That's what I'm going to put forward for the album for Global Grooves next week. Like I said before, the battle is Icehouse versus Midnight Oil. And that is the preamble for the end of the show tonight. So it's now time to raise a glass as part of the show at the end, where we try to celebrate something this week, something positive, something fun, something that made us smile or give us a bit of joy in any way, shape, or form, which may be tougher than other weeks this week, but we'll see how we go. Belle, let's start with you. What are you raising a glass to this week?
I had no joy, so I'm going to go with a fun fact again. Okay.
Yeah.
Did I do that last time?
Yeah, you did that last time. Yep.
Yeah, good. Okay, so the fun fact that I heard was Victorians ate mummies.
What?
Victorian. I don't mean that as in like.
I thought Tasmanians did that shit.
No. Oh, I was thinking more like, I don't know, Vinny and his girlfriend kind of thing. But
Connie.
Connie. Anyway. No, like the Victorian era people consumed ground up mummy remains as medicinal substance.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
The practice apparently had roots in earlier periods and continued into the Victorian era, though it became less common as the century progressed. Instead of medicinal use, the Victorians also became fascinated with unwrapping mummies for entertainment.
I can see where that's fun. Yeah.
I'm in your face now.
Out there. They were very out there, the Victorians.
Things you do before Netflix is the thing, folks.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, still juicy.
Yeah, we just watch shows about that shit.
The mummy dust in Ghost. There we go.
Yes.
There we go, Dave.
All right.
Anyway,
thank you very much, Bill. I'll raise a glass to the fun fact. You find some twisted ones, which it's always entertaining, if nothing else. So there we go. Well done.
Thank you.
All righty.
The glass is up.
Dave, what have you got for us this week?
I didn't do last week's stream. Wasn't feeling up to it. Yeah. Some people messaged me and just said, "How you doing?" Friends and people who watch the show, so it was greatly appreciated. So, thank you.
Welcome. Raise a glass to that one. Definitely. I'm glad that gets through there. All right, Jeff, over to you.
Yeah, look, with everything that's happened in the last, I guess, couple of weeks, it's just kind of nice to know that, kind of like what Dave said, a lot of people have been brought together, and there's always something good, I guess, that comes out of something bad. So, just a hats and raise a glass to fallen heroes and all that goes with that. So yeah.
Cheers. Raise a glass to that, definitely. All right, I'll go last on this one, obviously, this week, and that is, it does tie into last week, but I think I said all I needed to say last week, and I did get some messages like you, Dave, and it is nice to get that outpouring of care for everyone out there as well, which is fantastic. But on that note, as sad as the last week or so has been for so many, I'm raising a glass to community and to just how much power and impact the arts and musicians can and do still have, not only on us as individuals, but also on society and culture overall. I think that if you watched anything of the funeral last night, you'll see just how big of an impact the arts and musicians can still have in this world today. The fact that it brought so many people together, not only for the gig, the farewell gig, but also for the actual final farewell, shows you just how important and beautiful the arts and music still are to the world. So raising a glass to that, as far as I'm concerned, each and every week. There we go. All righty, let's get some final comments to raise the mood a little bit here, because Vinny's gone, laugh my fucking ass off, did not know that, Dave, pissing myself out loud. I'm assuming that's to do with the photo, praying kind of stuff there. What do we got here? Craig has gone, Dave is playing guitar next week. The game will be called Guess the Powderfinger Song.
Oh, shoot me if I play a Powderfinger song.
Here we go. Drew, good to see you. I'm not sure what this is all about, off topic, but are any of you guys fans of DSBM? I'm not even sure what that is. So I'll be old man yelling at cloud. I'm confused. I don't want to know.
I don't know. I feel old.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got no idea. Drew, you can let us know or not. Rowan says unwrapping mummies would make a good YouTube channel. I'm sure it's probably already been done. That guy's t-shirt wall is dope. Maybe Dave's t-shirt wall there. So there we go. That's from Drew. Craig says, sounds kinky. Super kinky, Craig. There you go. And they're all laughing at each other. Down under it. Oh, that's Nicole with the glasses and United. Vinny says, I have 2 razor glasses, if I may. Of course you can. I bought a house a couple of months ago. Well done. And moving this weekend. And finally, Jeff's kimono. Would it be wrong to feel he would be able to also raise 4 turtles? Really? Have you got a secret crush on Jeffy finally letting out of the woodwork here? Because wow, man, this is the secret of the ooze. Is that right?
So cuddly.
Yes, come on.
Congrats, Vinny. That's awesome.
Yeah,
well
on the
done,
house.
you.
Yeah, that is fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah. That's cool. Congrats, buddy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
Just in a different room next week. Hi, Vinny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now my question is Vinny living alone at the moment, or is he going to be living alone next week? And how much more unhinged is he going to be living in his own space next week?
I got a spare room, Vinny, if you're interested.
Jeff will bring the cheese.
Are you two going to have a play date, Jeff? Oh
yeah.
Have a tea party. The whole lot.
Just
you can
call
go play
me
with...
Connie.
Well, yeah.
You can trade kimonos, tips, and braid each other's, I don't know, whatever. You'll find something to braid, I'm sure, back hair or something. Anyway.
Certainly not going to be head hair on me.
That's all.
So sweaty.
Anyway, you can get some suppliers from Dave to, clear some things up.
Yeah, I can help you out. I get roll on wax with you. It's all good.
Yeah. Wax from Dave.
Go with the blue ones. You can be Smurfs.
You can do your Splinter and Turtles and go wax on, wax off. You can combine the best of so many worlds here.
Wax on.
You can be Canadian Smurf and comedy Smurf.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, Michael's gone. Vinny can get the towels, the hot towels for Jeff. There we go. Hard music. Just keep us moving here. Hard music says, raise a glass to Birmingham for the procession and celebration of Aussie's life, and here to that one as well.
Indeed.
Crow says, raising a glass to Aussie again this week, loving every minute of deep diving into his catalogue again, and deservedly so. Nicole's laughing her ass off. Vinny's gone, love you, Jeff. That was good from Rowan. Night Connie Chung.
Connie Chung.
Hard music, DSBM, depressive, suicidal black metal, Shining 5, Sweden is an incredible album, but it's not the most uplifting metal genre. Well, it doesn't sound like it.
Doesn't sound like it.
On that note, what a way to end the show. Let's go back with Night Connie Chung. That was a better way to end things there. Shout out to the guy's shirt wall. There we go. That's Dave's shirt wall there. It is very fucking cool there. Well done to Dave. It is an epic fucking wall. I have
rock and roll.
There we go. Great top too. And my wall is not
I love that
for building the fucking house. So, yeah, that's going to be a while before I get my wall set up yet. But there we go. But that is about it for tonight. Thank you all so much for joining us. It's been good to get back into it and have a bit more of a fun week this week. A big thank you to Jeff beside me on the screen, Bell opposite corner, and Dave in the other window underneath as well. Thank you all so much for joining us. Good to have the whole crew back together again this week, obviously. And looking forward to much more of the same next week. For those on Patreon, we'll see you on Sunday. Otherwise, like, follow, subscribe, all the usual stuff that everyone else gets you to do. Check us out on TV, 10:30 p.m. apparently Thursday nights, Channel 44 in Adelaide, and 10:30 p.m. Saturday nights, Channel 31 in Melbourne, to get more of our other stuff. Jolly's gone, not all love. What on earth? Don't know what you're trying to say there, Jolly. You can all look at that in Discord. Not sure what just say night all and love. I'm going to go with that. I'm not sure what the rest of that says.
Yeah, what the fuck is that? Night all, love the heat, post sad teen.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there.
I don't know.
Heat poster.
Oh,
okay,
heat
that makes more
poster.
sense, Jolly. The heat poster.
It's a record. It's a record.
There you go.
Jolly.
Ta-da.
Thank
Cool
you.
is that?
Very
That's
cool.
special. Fucking record.
Nicely done. All right.
Well, that's very cool, Bill. That's cool.
Thank you.
Well, Drew is gone. Thank you, Hard Music guys. Stay safe, everyone. Likewise to you out there, Drew. Thanks for jumping in tonight. Michael's on Night All. Craig says, great show, peeps. Been a laugh. I'm glad everyone's having some fun tonight.
Yeah.
And Nicole says, thanks for all the chill and giggles. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you all again, same time, place next week. I think that's about it. So, yeah, make sure you watch the other stuff. Like, follow, subscribe, all your stuff. We'll get out of here. Have a great week, all. Look after yourselves, and we'll see you all very, very soon. Until then, I'm Andrew, and you all know what to do. As always, drink up. Rock on.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Oi, oi, oi!
Speak.